Ta-da! Just kidding. Why do I have Yeti mic and my mic? What? What is happening right now? Hold on. What is going on? I guess I have to get rid of one. Let's see. Guess I'll get rid of this one. Yeah, whatever. Oh, the Yeti mic is the important one. I don't know why I have this mic aux extra something. It shouldn't even exist. But why is it there? Well, we're getting rid of it. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. What's going on? I am trying to fix. Do you guys hear me all right? Do I sound clear? I should sound clear. Let me test it on my recording. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Do I sound like a human being or not? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Do I sound like a human being or not? I do. Okay, I sound like a human being, I think. Do you guys hear me in the stream? Do I sound clear? Do I sound crispy? Okay, cool. Let me get the camera going. I don't know why that's off too, but that's easy. I can fix that in 2 seconds. Ta-da. Excuse me. Ta-da. Whoa. All right, so we got that going. We are waiting on Victoria right now. We have some pretty big announcements for today that are going to be impactful to people, believe it or not. And we're doing it because it might be in the best interest of the show. It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. So you will get to know what that is in a little while when we start. You might even, I mean, you guys will probably get to hear it before we start because, I mean, Victoria and I have to just talk about it in general if she gets here soon. Let me get voice mirror. Where's my voice mirror at? Or voice mod? Where's my voice mod at? Where's my voice mod at? Voice mod. All right, cool. I got voice mod. I got the soundboard. The old applause. Very good. Good, 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 good. Cool, cool, cool. We got the old quiz show questions. I like that one. That's a fun one. And of course, my favorite, the taste test intro, which is my favorite. Here we go. My absolute favorite. It's time for a taste test with IceT and the Hippogriff. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. All right, we got the idea. Hey, you got the iced Kirby emoji. Awesome. Very cool. IceT, let's go. All right, so we'll start in about 15 minutes here. I got the calls up. I got well, I'm gonna close Facebook when it starts, but and we're gonna be talking about some fun stuff today. Hopefully, it'll be a little interesting, and we'll tell some silly stories. I'm sure. We'll probably go for about an hour, 2 halves. We can't keep it too long tonight. I have stuff I have to do afterwards, so I can't stay on for like 2 hours like we have before. But it'll be fun. How's everyone doing? The Red's here. Loopy Juice is here. Arcanaut Ann is here. I hope everyone's doing well. Tell me about your lives. What's going on over there in your worlds? It's time for a taste test with IceT and the Hippogriff. Oh, that's good. Anyone want to share what's going on in your life? What's going on out there in the world of the audience? Kojen. Tomfla 92. Thank you for the follow, by the way, about an hour ago. That's awesome. I'm drinking a BJ's Brewery, which is like a restaurant in Florida. I don't know where they are, if they're around the United States, but and they have a double IPA called The Committed. And I guess it's because you have to commit to it because it's strong. Oh yeah, you saw. That's good. How's it going, Ann? Arcanine Ann? How's it going out there in your life and in your world? Just working and stuff, I'm guessing. Oh, school starts next week. All right, cool. Yeah, I started working already, so I'm teaching, but for now it's only online. But we go back to school next Friday, or like kids can go back to school next Friday, and I'm anxious about it. You know, like I'm a little anxious about it. Little anxious because I just feel like it's not the safest choice that we could have made as a nation to go back to school right now. We haven't been handling this thing very well. Let me test out the intro and outro and rejoin. Oh, let's do the rejoin. I like the rejoin. It's not too loud, right? You should be able to hear me pretty well over the background here. Welcome back to another episode of IceT and the Hippogriff. I am Jesse Harriton, also known as IceT Kirby, and I'm joined here by Victoria, my lovely, lovely co-host, who is always ready to go. And we are going to have a wonderful time talking about some stuff today, and that was my way to test the sound to make sure it sounds good. All right, let's see how it sounds from the beginning. Hold on. Welcome back to another episode of IceT and the Hippogriff. I am Jesse Harriton, also known as IceT Kirby. It's a little loud. I can probably lower it a smidge. Just a smidge. In fact, that's what I'll do. I'll put it at like 75, 70, yeah. All right. Anyway, back to you guys. The real IceT is coming for me. Coach, I don't think that's going to happen. Thoughts on the clear mask? I mean, I'm not worried about like students not being able to hear me or see my lips. I don't think that's the big deal. I just think it's like you're expecting a kindergartner to keep a mask on, and a kindergartner can barely keep on their shoes. You know, like, or they're gonna play around with it, or, you know, I don't know. I mean, even kindergarten, like, in the beginning of the year, kindergartners they don't know school etiquette yet. You know, they don't know that they have to raise their hand to ask a question. You have to teach them that, and it's like the first thing. And Coach Irondale, he's actually someone I know who works as a teacher. The first thing a kindergartner will do to ask a question is walk up to you and tap you on the leg or tap you on the arm and ask for help, because they don't know how to raise their hands yet, you know? You have a solution? Let's say 2 words: super glue. Yeah, we'll super glue the kids down. Make sure they don't get up. Dorette, I actually, I teach music. I'm a music teacher at an elementary school. So I teach like music theory and how to play like little instruments. But even then, I don't even think I'm going to do instruments, because I don't want the kids to touch the instruments and then I have to wipe them down all the way, like between classes, because I teach kindergarten through 5th grade. Like, that's like too much. I heard they were trying to have clear masks so students can see the teachers. Yeah, that was a thing, but like, I mean, a teacher voice should be good enough, to be honest. Although, ooh, excuse me, the kids. Sorry, I'm drinking this IPA. The kids who are ELLs, so English language learners, who might need that lip visual or cue, you know, they might be a little bit of a disadvantage even more because of that. But yeah, the recorder isn't happening. No way. There's no way in heck that I'm doing recorders for these kids. I mean, I as much as I would want to, or I would do it in the. I haven't done it yet, like at my school, but like I've done brass band after school where they play brass instruments. I've done chorus. It's just crazy. Please talk to us in a strict, disappointed teacher's voice. Oh man, that's hard to like emulate. I feel like I can't be disappointed when you're all here. Strict. I feel like if I try to act it out, it won't come out as authentic. I can get kind of, I don't want to say I'm sassy, but like I can get pretty like, you know, I don't know. I can put on an attitude to match the 5th graders, if you know what I'm saying, or the 4th graders, because they put on attitude sometimes. Pretend like we were very rude to the substitute teacher. Oh man, like I left a note on the board that says "be good," and then they're not good. Well, I would probably walk out into the, you know, the kids would come and sit down, and I wouldn't say a word. They would go and sit down. I would be silent, and even if a kid asked for something or has to go to the bathroom, I would not reply. Right? I would just wait until everyone's silent. You know, like, because a lot of the times if you give off an energy that you're upset or you're angry, but you don't say anything, they'll catch on. You know, like they'll catch on and they'll realize, uh-oh, he's not happy, and then everyone gets silent without me saying a word. You know, I've done that before, and I would basically say, like, if there was a note written by the sub, I'd have the note in my hand and I'd say, this is a note by the sub, and this is what it says. And then I'd probably read it, right? And then I would, you know, depending on what it was, I would say something or let their teachers know, and, you know, maybe we'd go out for a walk. I've done that before. I've taken my students outside to walk in a line a couple times outside because they couldn't stay quiet inside. So I said, okay, if you can't be quiet inside, then we're not going to stay inside. We'll go outside, and we'll walk in the on the sidewalk outside a couple times until we're quiet. And we live in the sunshine state of Florida. Nothing horrible. It's just sort of, we kind of do, like, we practice walking in a line because they, like if they're old, especially the older kids, like they if they need to practice being quiet in line, then we go outside and we practice. Nothing that would like obviously harm them or hurt them. I would never do something like that. But walking, the best thing you can do is take away the fun as punishment. Whatever, because they want to play the instruments, they want to, they want to do rhythms and stuff. It's practice, exactly. It's practice for marching band. They'll be really good at it when they leave elementary school. Exactly. Yeah, middle school, I'm afraid of. I in my heart, when I started teaching, or when I graduated anyway, I said to myself, I'll do high school or I'll do elementary. I don't know if I can do middle school. I don't know if I can handle that. Because that's when they have, adolescence and all the hormones, and I don't think I'd be able to handle middle school. They would give me attitudes and then I would cry. The teacher would cry instead. But who knows? That, and it was more about, like, I didn't really want to teach beginning band, because like I would be a band teacher. I'd probably be a band director. But I'm not interested in teaching them how to play the instruments from the beginning. It's not something that I would like to do. That wouldn't fulfill my teaching wants. Like I just wouldn't. Like I could do it. I think I can do it. It's just I don't think I would enjoy doing it. I wouldn't feel fulfilled, and I wouldn't like high school band. I would like, because I can go to like that next level of musicianship, and detail with the music. But in elementary is fun because I could to teach like the root of it, like the root of reading music and like why sound is the way it is. Because even that can be really interesting. But it's like having to know all the band. I mean, I know all the band instruments, obviously. But it's like I don't think I would have fun teaching the flutes how to hold their flute and, holding it and being on top of that all the time. I don't know if I would enjoy it. Or the posture. Because like the music part, like the theory, like reading music, that's fun to me. That I can enjoy. But you never been in band, Red? Best punishment is teaching them to roll their feet. Oh yeah, Chewookie knows. He's been in marching band, that's for sure. Oh yeah, you gotta roll through, heel to toe. Yep. Standing as tall as you can. You have your lines. You have your shoulder, hips, and then ankles. You have to line up. Like I'm big into music, and I want to be in a band, but I've never been in band. It's all right. I mean, it's interesting because I feel like when it comes to like being in a band, like a rock band or something like that, or like a rock or a cult, like a pop group or whatever you want to be in, that kind of band is like, it's a lot different than like classical band, like being classically trained. Now, if you're classically trained, it helps a lot with being in like that pop band or that rock band. Like being classically trained, you can do almost anything, because like I feel like the rock bands that didn't really go through the band phase, like in school, like classical band, they learn music a lot differently, and they are a lot more by ear, I would say, which is good. It's good to have a good ear, but it's like it's a lot less theory based. It's a lot less. Not that it's any less skillful, but it's like, imagine having that ear, but also being able to read the rhythms and the notes and to like create really unique chord progressions and rhythms and meters, just because you have that classical background, and then you combine it. And that's why I like for example, Zed, the EDM guy, who did his, like, one of his biggest songs was Clarity. Why are you my clarity? That song. It came out like, a few years ago, whatever. He's classically trained. Like, he was a classical pianist, and then he got into EDM, and you could tell from his music and the way he sets things up and the way he writes out his songs on his in his or his tracks, like you can tell there's an element of this classical, like whether it's the chord progression or the way he he spreads out the pitches or the notes. Like, you could just tell he was classically trained, you know? Clarity is one of my favorite like EDM songs for sure. I remember that came out in the summer. Everything is from memory in Rock Band as well. Yeah, they don't use. I mean, even like in Japan, I know I'm gonna say this. In Japan, like the band kids in like band class, they don't use music. A lot of them don't. A lot of the times they'll have a concert and all the parts are memorized, and it's like, geez, that's insane. Meanwhile, we're here at like college in America, and we still need the music out on the football field when we're doing a marching show. Like, come on now. I always tried to memorize my music. I'm not a fan of having a lyre on your instrument. You know, the little music thing that goes on top of your instrument. Like, I think that looks so tacky. I've had to memorize 2 hours. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, once if you're in a band and you're rocking and you're in a group that travels and performs often, like for gigs, it's like, yeah, you gotta know your songs. You know, you've just gotta go. You've got to know your material. You know, I mean, it's important obviously to practice it, and the practice helps you memorize it. But I mean, imagine if like a famous band, like I like Goldfinger, they're my favorite ska band of all like ever. Like, I can't imagine if they came out on stage and they had music stands and they put the music stands down and they started to read them. Like, that'd be like, all right, you can't jump around and have fun when you have a music stand out there, you know. So yeah, it's just how it is. Yeah, you can't rock with the music stands when you're reading the music on them, but you can rock with music stands if you're like slamming them on the stage. My favorite Goldfinger song? Okay, that's easy. It's funny because like it's gone through phases, right? So like when I first discovered Goldfinger, it was Superman, which is like it was in like Tony Hawk and like, you know, here I am doing everything I can, holding on to what I am, pretending I'm a Superman. You know that song? Like that was my favorite for the longest time. And then I started to like get into their music even more and like downloading their albums and stuff. Another one that I really love is King for a Day. Oh, Victoria's here. I'm like, I totally didn't see. King for a Day is another one that I really love. Yeah, 99 Red Balloons is like one of their hits. Like that's the one that everyone knows.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi, friend. How you doing?
We're talking about band and music in the chat and on Twitch. Let me get you on the screen here. Victoria's here, everybody. Hurrah. There she is. Wait, let me, whoa. Are you, I can't tell if you have anything under there. Whoa, that scared me. Wait, hide selfie. There we go. I feel like everyone in the chat's going to freak out. Oh, I also can't hear you for some reason. Did I mute you on accident? Hold on. Or did it? Oh, there we
go. I'm sorry, I muted the wrong thing. Shit, sorry. Hello, can you hear
like
me?
Flipped down your hoodie or whatever that is, and it was like,
Surprise! I walk around naked. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally wearing clothes.
It's like freaked me out. I was like, we're gonna get banned from Twitch.
No, I mean, look, we got to increase our following. Okay.
Okay, we have to talk about something before we start real quick. And this is going to be a really fast question. That's a really big question, but it's also going to be a really fast question.
Ooh, okay.
How do you feel about shifting from Twitch to YouTube completely? So like instead of doing Twitch and YouTube and whatever, because you can broadcast live from YouTube.
Right.
And if we do that, it records, we can record the stream on YouTube. Like YouTube will record it for us instead of me having to like save it to my own drive and then having to edit it and everything. It would all just be there. And less people, because I've had a few people that on my end anyway who have like been like, oh, like I don't have Twitch, so it's hard for me to like find you, or I don't know when you're on. Meanwhile, YouTube, it's like you could type in IceT and the Hippogriff on YouTube and it's just like bam. You don't have to have an account. You don't have to have, you know what I mean?
Right. I, you
So
know, I can agree with that. I can, I have been noticing recently that like the people who are streaming are posting that poll. Would you rather me stream on Twitch or stream on YouTube? YouTube just sounds a little more accessible. That's fine. So what we would just be meeting on YouTube from now on?
yeah, like I instead of and everyone in the chat is probably don't freak out because I mean I'll still be here doing my gaming stuff every now and then, but I do feel like if we move to YouTube for our stream for like the live broadcast every week, we would be able to. Chewwookie's already like they're pretty freaking out.
YouTube? What? No, you don't need the actual account. You don't need
No,
YouTube
yeah.
TV. Just go on the
The thing is
.com.
like all you guys can still tune in. You know, like it would be the same. It's just from what I'm experiencing right now, like my dad, my mom, Thomas, Thomas, right? Victoria,
Yes.
Thomas, he's gonna tune in today. In fact, I think that's him. Tom Florida 92. I think that's Thomas. But like we kind of discussed, like it's just more accessible. You don't have to have an account. People that are on YouTube that are just looking up videos have the chance to run into us. On Twitch, it's like Twitch is notorious for not being a place for people to get discovered, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like Twitch is
Okay.
good for Twitch. Like a lot of like some of the best streamers or the best or most popular streamers didn't make their following from Twitch. They made it from other things, and then they directed those people from the other things to their Twitch. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes. Yes, I
So it's like,
understand.
so I feel like if we want to get more traffic, if we instead of like we spread it too thin before by having YouTube and Twitch and but now if we just said, okay, Twitch, we love you, but we're gonna move to YouTube. I'm sure
Mhm.
Dured would be there. I'm sure Chewookie would be there. I'm sure Arcanine Ann would be there. I'm sure Ashley would be there. I'm sure Thomas would be. I'm sure our following could follow us to YouTube. It's just YouTube. Everyone uses YouTube.
Yeah, everybody. I agree with you. I feel like it's a lot more accessible and it is user friendly. And I do agree with you. Like I have had a couple of my friends in the past say, hey, listen, I'm trying to watch your stream on Twitch, but I don't have an account. And like I understand it's really easy. 1, 2, 3. My name is ABCs, but it is a bit of a pain in the ass to just make a profile because you're to support somebody. Look,
It's
I
just
agree. I think it's more
yeah.
accessible. I think it's more user friendly. I just, let's just be careful how we use it because I'm sure at a certain point, YouTube Cloud will run out of space for us. So
No,
yeah,
that's the
I'm good
thing.
with it.
It won't. That's the thing is YouTube as soon as I go live on YouTube, it records your live stream. So I if you go on my channel, like on like my personal channel, I have
Mm-hmm.
live streams of games. Like I live streamed on YouTube for a little bit before I came back to Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
But I have live streams from years and years and years ago that are still just there. So
Okay.
I don't think we have a limited amount of space on YouTube.
Okay, freak it.
And
Let's go.
I just made a new YouTube for our channel and for our podcast for itself. So it's going to be its own like channel, like not my personal
Oh,
channel. So I already did that today, just in case you agreed. so so that's ready to go. So next week, we'll stay on here tonight, but next week I think we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna re-announce it when we start the recording today.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
We're
the
gonna
people
have to make
listening
like a
know.
library a post about it too. So
And I'm gonna see if I can work on transferring all the videos we already have on YouTube
mm-hmm.
for the show. Um, to the new channel if possible. I'm gonna look into that. I don't
That
know
would
how
be
that
really
works.
good.
So then we would have all the stuff, in one place. So
Absolutely. It would be organized.
okay,
Okay.
all
I'm
right.
game. You got me.
Hygiene. Okay, let me get. Okay, so I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna close this, and I
You hear
have
that,
my.
Twitch? We're making moves. We're moving
We're
out.
making. Yeah, we're gonna make a move here.
Moving on
And hopefully
up.
it's a good move. I hope you guys still tune in. I know Durid and it said he doesn't watch YouTube that much, but we'll be there, so it's worth it. I think. It should just be IceT and the Hippogriff, but we have no content on there yet. Like I literally
Not
made it
yet.
today, a few minutes before I even started the pre-show. So once we start getting content on there and start getting like videos posted and live streams going, I'm sure like we can start doing the tags. We can start, trying to make our way into the YouTube algorithm, which is always the hardest part apparently, is to break
Look,
that algorithm.
we're ready to sit at the cool kids table. So we
I
need
think so.
everybody's support. We need everybody to keep telling your friends about it, share it all over Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, the algorithm is just as much us as it is the computer. So with all of your continued support, this is going to be a really successful move. And I'm really happy you brought this to my attention. Thank you.
I would figure out how to do that. All right, let's get. Are you not in the full view? Hold on, I'm trying to make you like completely.
I'm here.
You're no, but I feel like this is new, where there's like a box around you. That wasn't there before. Whatever, it's fine. I'm sure it's. But Chewookie, if you just look up IceT in the Hippogriff, it might pop up. Just try doing that, and we'll see. All right, let's get started before we are too late. I can't stay too well. I don't want to say I can't stay too long. I'll stay until it's over, but my goal is to be done by like 8-ish, 8:15-ish. So
let's go, friend. I'm ready.
I'm ready to talk about all this fun stuff, and I will repeat all of the things I just said.
I'm ready. Let's go.
The recording here. All right, we are gonna go hot in 10.
Oh, just kidding.
9, 8. Wait, let me make sure this is right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and going hot now. 1.
Woohoo!
I just caught you saying woohoo. It's okay. I can delete it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
People like to get worked up about things, and that's just not our style. So to save you guys a call to the authorities, take a listen to this. The opinions and ideas you hear are those of the hosts, their guests, and their callers, and not those of the companies, sponsors, or advertisers for this podcast. And with that said, enjoy the show.
I'm gonna apologize in advance for this cool fact that I learned today or this afternoon. Did you know that Lysol, the spray or whatever it was back in the 20s, was actually used to clean genitalia? And that freaks me out. Apparently, Lysol was used to clean your genitals. And then between 1930 and 1960, it was also used as a form of birth control. Cool facts. I just had to share that. By the way, that's what we're going to talk about today. But welcome back to another episode of IceT and the Hippogriff. Today is a wonderful August 13th. In the year of 2020, and it is a nice 7:15 p.m. and a nice Thursday evening. We are back to our normal day. I know we had some off days because of the virus and because of things happening, and that's fine. No big deal. Who cares? No one cares. I don't think anyone cares anyway. Which
not
is
anymore.
Good. Yeah, not anymore. It's, whatever. Anyway, my name's Jesse, and I'm joined here by my best co-host in the world, Miss Victoria Sorrentino. I go on social media by IceT and the. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I saying? I go by IceT Kirby. I was gonna say IceT and the Hippogriff. That's the show, and she goes by Do the Hippogriff on her social media wherever she goes. And of course, you can catch the show live every Thursday night at around 7 p.m. We started at 7:15 today, so that's an example of why I say around, because it's usually just around that time. We're laid back here. We're having a good time. We're having fun. So around 7 o'clock every Thursday. And the following Tuesday is when you get to listen to the episodes on Anchor or wherever else you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many, many more. You can call into the show. You can text the show. You can leave a voice message to the show by dialing this number. That number is 802-432-8358. That is where you can go to participate if you don't have a computer in front of you, or if you're not with us live on the air when we are recording the show. If you want to tune in or if you want to send us your thoughts, don't worry. We can listen to your messages even if it's the next show over. If we're on episode 20 and you called for episode 19, that's okay. Do it, and we will talk. We will still acknowledge your questions. We will acknowledge your comments or whatever it might be. So do it. Shia LaBeouf, do it. Okay. And of course, be sure to follow and like and share. But, and there's a huge asterisk on this but. Okay. We just made a decision literally as of about 15 minutes ago, maybe even less. I think we're going to move. And I know that sounds scary to the people that are listening right now on twitch.tv/IceTKirby. That's okay. But it's going to be, everything will be fine. We are deciding to shift gears, okay? And we are going to experiment, and I say experiment with, with an asterisk. We want to see how this goes. And we decided maybe we should try to move our live show from twitch.tv/IceTKirby to a YouTube channel. And the reason why we believe that is because we feel like it's going to be more accessible for everyone. Now, personally, I use Twitch for gaming. I've made a lot of friends on Twitch, and it's a great platform, and I'm not moving because we don't like the platform, but we do think that because of the nature of what we're doing as a host and co-host or whatever you want to call it, or a podcast, we believe that it might be a good move for the show, for the good of the show, to move it to YouTube for our live sessions. Now, if you've been listening, you already know that we've had recordings of the show uploaded to YouTube, and eventually we stopped that because we felt like it was spreading the audience a little too thin, which made sense because we had Twitch, we had YouTube, we have Anchor, we have the Facebook page, we have the blah, blah, blah. And so we're deciding, instead of doing the live show on Twitch, we're going to move it to YouTube. When we do the live session on YouTube, YouTube will automatically record it anyway. So, we don't have to do that extra editing work, and it might be a little raw, and that's fine. Who cares? It's going to be raw to footage, just like it is right now on Twitch. That doesn't really, I don't think that, Victoria, that doesn't bother you, right? Like that it would be raw, I don't think that's going to bother people, because ultimately anchor.fm/IceT and the Hippogriff is where you would listen to the show, right? That's the core of the show would be on there. And of course on there, you'll find your edited and refined episodes of the show. But on the YouTube channel, you get to see behind the scenes, you get to see the pre-show, you'll get to see all that fun stuff all in one package, and it's going to be done for us. It'll be recorded for us, and all we have to do is throw a title on there and a couple tags, and we should be good to go.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited to try it. I think that's what I think that's that little extra oomph that TV shows today are missing. You remember back in the 90s that you'd watch a TV show and they would say this show was filmed in front of a live studio audience, at the studio, and that was great because they got to interact with the actors. They kind of made a whole day out of it. So I think it's really cool because in the raw, people will get to see how you and I interact with each other, and through that we might actually be able to engage more people.
Right.
It's more user-friendly.
Exactly. And it would be the same thing. We'd still have a live chat. You'd still be able to message us and talk to us live in the chat, and we'd be able to talk to you guys if you're there for the live recording. And we would be able to post the videos sooner because they would be recorded right then and there on the spot. We wouldn't have to have that post-processing extra time that I would take to edit the videos. I wouldn't need to do that. You know what I mean? It's just I feel like it would be just more streamlined and more effective if the show did their live recordings, if we did our live recordings on YouTube directly. So
Obama believed in change. We believe in change. Let's go for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think we're going to try it. So if you're new to the show, it's probably not too different for you, so don't worry about it. But if you have been listening for a while, like some of the people in the chat have been, or if you're listening on anchor.fm and you're in Germany or Ireland or the United States, like we've in the UK, I've seen we have audiences across the world apparently, which is pretty cool. Don't fret. we will be able to. We will try. Not try. We will. There is no try. It's do or do not. Right? Yoda says. We will get the YouTube link out to everybody so they know where to go. It's very important that you follow us during this transition. Okay, follow us on either Facebook, which is just facebook.com/IceT and the Hippogriff. Follow us on Instagram, which is literally at IceT and the Hippogriff. Say it's literally just our show's title in one word. Okay, and that way you can get the information you need as fast as you can possibly get it. But with that said, let's talk some hygiene. I know that was a lot of stuff in the beginning there. I apologize for that, but it was necessary. We needed to make sure everyone heard that announcement. I think that's an important one. So from starting next week, a week from today, we will be on the YouTube. We will not use Twitch for our live show. And I hope every single person in the chat, even right now, will be there next week. Anyway, we're talking hygiene today. And I'm excited about this because I read some of those facts that we shared with each other on some of these articles and whatever. And oh my God, there's some interesting things happening. In hygiene.
But doesn't it? It's like it's so funny. Like, doesn't it? Like, kind of. It almost grosses you out,
Yes.
to learn as a society where we started. And then, like, for example, like I'm sure you saw that one where where cesspits were a really big deal at a certain point, which, for those of you, a cesspit is essentially just like a huge hole in the ground for people to just put their feces in,
A
and
cesspit.
like that's just it sounds awful. Like think of like a little neighborhood of like 50 or 80 people. They each have to poop in that one hole, and like there was no toilet paper still, so like what were they even using? It really, like, it makes you think, like, for all of the luxuries we have right now in the pandemic that we're in, you know how truly filthy can we be given where we've come from?
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned toilet paper. Literally, as I'm scrolling through the timeline that we're sharing here, literally it says the Chinese invented toilet paper, and that was in 1400 AD. So all the way up until then, we had 1400 years since Christ, if you want to put it that way, that we had no toilet paper. You're just pooping in a hole somewhere. Heck, if I'm pooping in a hole and there's like even just two other people pooping in that same hole, that's already too many people for me. I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
No,
I can't
I'm
poop in the
good.
same hole as two other people. That's weird.
It's a little
Imagine
much.
imagine walking up to that hole. Like, what? Like, ooh.
But like but it really makes you think about things like that. So you see, like, 400 AD was toilet paper. 600 BC, so we're talking like a full 1,000 years earlier, is when the first toilet came around. They were called chamber pots. But so it's 600 BC. People have finally decided, okay, the ground is no longer where I want to put this. So in a
Sorry, that just sounds
container that I can, just walk away from, sounds like a great idea. And this was before plumbing too. So, it's just it's really funny. It's not funny, but it is a little humorous. It's entertaining to really learn the history of where we've come from.
Oh, it's so interesting reading all these, like, goodness. I
No,
wonder, like, if you had to poop in a hole, right? Like, let's pretend like I'm gonna throw a paradox in here. Not a paradox. I'm gonna make a hypothetical situation. Let's say you were it's 2020, right? And toilets were never invented. How do you think we even handle that right now? Like, would we be still going outside? Would we have a hole just in the house? I mean, that's what a toilet is, almost, sort of. It's just a hole with water in it, and then you flush it. Thanks, plumbing. But I mean, like, what? Like imagine like that being the normal. Like, you go to like a party at a friend's place, and like there's like 15 people there, and they have to, you have to use the bathroom, and it's like a hole in the ground. Like, ugh.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
good
I've
God.
been camping. So the situation out there is relatively similar. You don't, unless you want to use the porta potty, which, like, God bless everybody that wants to. I can't do it.
Victoria, you've pooped on the ground, haven't you?
I don't.
It's a yes or no question.
I really don't think I
Have
have.
you
Like, I've
pooped on the
definitely, I've
ground?
definitely popped a squat and peed, definitely. But as far
Okay,
as
yeah,
like,
that's fine. I feel like that's normal. I
yeah,
feel
but
like
I
that's a
don't,
thing.
I don't think I've ever like left. A, I don't think I've left any excrement on the ground like that. You know,
I don't know. I definitely. I'll
like,
tell you right now. I have not ever pooed on anything but a toilet or my
yeah, me too.
diaper when I was an infant.
Well, I
That's
mean,
it.
like when I go camping, we have like a makeshift bathroom. So, we'll put up like a tent for one person, and then there will be like a Home Depot bucket with a plastic bag and a toilet seat on top of it. So, I mean, that's as close to primitive as I've let myself get.
Oh my
But
god!
yeah.
For real?
And,
You
and
like the orange Home Depot bucket? You went potty in that?
yes, but there's a bag in there. So the bag, it was lined with something. It's not like, I directly went to the bathroom in the bucket. But
Imagine the sound of water hitting that bucket. You would know. You would just be like, oh yeah, someone's going to the bathroom in that bucket. It would have
it,
that
it
hollow plastic sound. You know.
But I mean, look. You had two choices out there. You were either going to use the bathroom you built, or you were going to use the porta potty. And put a gun to my head. I can't. I really can't bring myself to use the porta potty. I can't.
No,
I,
I
you
mean
know.
a porta potty is essentially the Home Depot bucket but bigger, and you're inside of it, right? I mean,
Yeah, but
essentially.
the difference between like a porta potty and like this particular
And the
type
home.
of porta potty that I built, like the one that you buy and build yourself, like that's for you and however many people you're with. Like if you're using a porta potty, that's you and like the thousands of people that have been in and out of there before you. You want to talk about a cesspit? That is a cesspool of germs and just nasty particles that are floating in the air. So like those are things that you don't
Yeah.
want to be walking around with. Like those particles stick to your clothes. They manipulate how you're smelling. Like you can see my face. Like this is just, it's gross. It is gross. Like just because, you dropped your deuce wherever you dropped it does not mean it stops there. Like those particles, those germs, those fibers, all over the place. They're in your nose, in your hair, on your
I
clothes.
mean,
Going.
they say like if even today if you don't close the lid on your toilet after you use the restroom, they say like when you flush it like obviously it's not like water spewing out and getting everywhere, but they do say like the particles that you're mentioning that are in the air that they swirl and they leave the toilet if you don't put the lid down, or it spreads more, and I put quotes on that, but like like they say like you should close the lid of the toilet before you flush so that the poo particles and whatever is floating in there and floating around doesn't spread fast or get thrown around the bathroom. That's what they
No,
say.
absolutely. Yeah, I've been hearing about that for a really long time, and I do my best. I do my best to do my part and like stay as clean as possible. As far as like the hygiene overall though, it, it it's dates all the way back to just like even Greek mythology. Um, from the Greek goddess of health, hygiene comes from the name Hygeia, who was the
Yes.
daughter of, pardon my butchering of his name, Aesculapius, who was the god of medicine. So it's really just like it's safe to say that, ever since the beginning of time, sanitation and hygiene have been like at the forefront of people's minds, to combat
That
illness and diseases. So I
that's
just it's it
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm like blown away that those two words are on the same noun or the same descriptive words as one thing. Listen
sanitation
to
and
that.
hygiene.
No, the god of medicine.
Mhm.
God and medicine in the same sentence, or the same, not same sentence, but the same, describing one thing.
Mhm.
That feels like a paradox right there. Sorry, I just the god of I didn't what? Okay,
This
whatever.
is like the
God of medicine. I guess we had that.
all-knowing power
Is this
of medicine and healing. And it's really funny because like
so
going through
weird?
these notes and like putting this together, I had a moment to like really appreciate the cultural diversity out there in the world. It
Uh huh.
wasn't just like one audience uh of people or one culture that is responsible for the evolution of hygiene and sanitation. Like if you take a look at all those notes and the World Health Organization website, it's been a lot of different people. It's been a excuse me, it's been the revolving door of culture and, ingenuity and curiosity to just think like, how can I make this better? So it's safe to say that, since the beginning of time, nobody nobody has been okay with, dirty drinking water, or, feces or urine being put all over the place. People do not want bad breath. People are not interested in having a unibrow. People are not interested in having food particles stuck in their teeth for months on end,
Right.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just thousands of years of like research and trial and error.
Well, I will say this. Uh, I just learned from sifting through this in what is it, 1860? I think it was. Is the 1861? Okay, right before the Lysol genitalia disinfectant, whatever that was going on. The modern flushing toilet was invented. So the one that actually, spirals the bowl and goes down. Guess who the guy who he didn't invent it. He apparently helped invent it. He just contributed a lot to it. But guess what his name was?
Man, is this going to be a play on
I
words?
mean, yes, kind of, sort of.
Yes. Mm,
I would have never thought that this is why we say what we say. I'll just put it
Thomas
that way.
Urine? Urine
Oh,
for a
you're
solution
close.
here?
Are you guessing wrong on purpose? I feel like you're guessing wrong on purpose.
I guess maybe I just want you to tell everybody. I think I just want you to surprise everyone with what this is. What
Thomas
was the
Urine.
name?
Come on, you were Thomas Crapper. His name is. That is why we say that we're gonna take a crap, or he took a crap because his name was Thomas Crapper and he's the one who helped with the toilet. What the hell? I never knew that.
Look,
That
Mom, he
blows
made
my
it.
mind. Wow, I feel horrible for not knowing that. But whatever, it's cool. Let me read this real quick. The modern flushing toilet in 1861 was Thomas Crapper didn't invent the flush toilet, but it is understood to he's understood to have made a huge contribution towards its development by implanting a modern septic system that pumped the soiled waters out of the city. However, this particular subject is heavily debated. Okay, so historians can't decide, but Thomas Crapper is why we say that we took a crap. Cool fact. Where
We're all
did the word John?
struggling.
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe we should Google that. Arcanine from twitch.tv/IceT Kirby says, where did the word John come from? And she's referring to the toilet being called the John. Let's see. I'm going to Google it. Right now on the spot. Why is the toilet called the John? Uh-oh. Maybe that's the other guy that helped invent it, and that's why the historians are having a debate because they can't decide. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Who submitted that patent first, sir?
Oh. No, it's not that. It's actually it's not that reason. It's a different reason. It says, the term is thought to have derived from Sir John Harrington. Wow, that's scarily close to my last name. At least to have been popularized due to Harrington. But something blah, 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 blah. However, the actual flushing toilet device itself was real, and it was installed in his home later, blah, blah, blah. So it might have been because of him. So it was a guy whose name, Sir John Harrington, which is almost my name again, which is, again, freaking me out. But he didn't invent it, but I guess he popularized it.
The loo.
Yeah. So stuff in some. It's actually I believe it's an English, like an old English thing, not a United States thing. It was in the 1500s. Let's look. Maybe this has a better answer for us.
The loo. Well, the loo I know is definitely a more of like a English British word. I'm going to use the loo. And I think of something like the Louvre, like the fountain.
Yes.
So I think if anything, that might come from the same thing.
Well, anyway, so there's that cool
Yeah.
fact.
It's French.
So anyway, We're moving on here. Let's hold on.
Let's here.
That's a good question.
Let me ask you a personal question, Jesse.
Okay,
As far as like your hygiene habits go, like, do you think overall you have good hygiene?
see, I was gonna ask you the same thing, so I'll go first, and then I want to know what your I think I'm hygienic. I think I'm clean. I shower. I don't shower twice a day because I know that's bad for your skin. Like it dries out your skin. I shower once a day. For work, I shower once. Like during the work week, I usually shower at night, so right before I go to bed. I don't get sweaty in my bed. Thankfully, knock on wood, I have air conditioning, so I it's not like I get smelly and gross while I'm sleeping. I brush my teeth in the morning and at night. I floss not as much as I probably should, which I'm going to be real with you. I trim my nails when they get too long with a trimmer. I don't use a file. I use a clipper. I don't know if that makes a difference in your hygiene, but whatever. What else? I put on deodorant so I don't smell.
You don't put on dirty clothes, right?
Huh?
You don't put on dirty clothes, right? You shave when you're supposed to.
I shave. During Corona, I did not shave because I wanted to grow out my beard, but that's another story. I do shave. I manscape. Let me put it that way. I do manscape to make sure that the lower regions are not thick of shrubbery there, and stays clean. I shave my face, like I trim my face now that I have the beard out. I and I come back to this. The Red's making me laugh in the chat. Like I said, I brush my teeth twice a day. I wash my hands after, obviously after I use the restroom, and also before meals. That is something I do. I've become accustomed to, is washing my hands. You know, because sometimes you'll get a meal and you'll just be like, whatever, you'll just eat it. But like if it's finger food, like chicken tendies or chicken nuggies, chicky nuggies. Yeah, I'll wash my hands before that, because I don't want if I'm at school and I'm with a bunch of kids, even without COVID, even without the coronavirus, I'll still wash my hands and make sure my hands are clean. Am I missing anything? I said shower like 5 times already. I mean,
you sound pretty clean.
Yeah. Here's one. My room is clean. Right now it's a little messy because we're getting ready to move, so I'm moving things into boxes. But I'm saying, like, in terms of surfaces, right? Like I wipe down my desk every maybe once every twice a week or so, or once every week. I dust things. My dishes. I do my dishes. I don't use the same dish twice unless, like, it's like in that same moment.
Right.
You asked me about clothes. I never answered that. I don't wear the same underwear ever twice in a row. Like if I have dirty underwear I'll never do that. I will sometimes, depending on like if they're long, like jeans, if they're a nice pair of jeans, or if they're shorts. Sometimes I will wear the same shorts twice. So like if I wore jeans to work and I didn't sweat in them and there wasn't like grossness in there, sometimes, like, just to save my laundry from being too much every week, like I will wear the same jeans maybe once on Monday and then once on like Thursday, or something like that. Shirts, I don't do that, because with shirts, the sweat is easier to get. You sweat more. I would say I sweat more, in the pits and in the chest and in the lower back. I sweat more there than I do like, in the lower half of my body, I would say.
Absolutely.
I mean, most of the sweat,
your body excreting liquid, so of course you can't wear it twice.
Yeah, I feel like most of the sweat comes from your, like, it gets sucked into your underwear anyway if it's down there, like it's not,
That is the truth.
What about you? What are your habits for hygiene?
So my habits are pretty straightforward. I will admit my room is a little messy. I do need to dust it. I am looking for my duster right now. Like, that's on me. I need to clean it for sure. But like my personal hygiene habits, I think my personal hygiene habits are pretty impeccable. I take a shower every day. I file my nails. I used to not. I used to go get manis and pedis like religiously every 2 weeks. But ever since the coronavirus came, and it was just like my New Year's resolution to not spend money like that anymore. So
Yeah.
I do file my own nails now. I'm not too big on the nail clipper because I don't really trust myself cutting, proportionally. um,
Oh, I'm a
so
master. Sorry.
listen, if you want to teach me how to use it, that's great. I have something for my face that's supposed to like pop pimples, and I'm still really kind of afraid to learn how to use it. But it's to keep my face clean. I wash my face almost every day in the shower. If I don't, put the face wash on it, that's still fine, to let the oils in my pores come out. I don't have very oily skin. My skin's actually pretty sensitive. So I take care of it. I moisturize. I want to say I moisturize like 3 or 4 nights out of the week before I go to bed. I brush my teeth. Like it's a religion to brush my teeth,
Oh yeah, I feel like that's when I think hygiene. I feel like the mouth is the first thing I think of to if you're thinking hygiene. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's just me,
Because
but like when I think like, oh, if he has bad hygiene, it's like, oh, he must have gross teeth. Like that's the
absolutely.
first thing I jump to.
Absolutely. And like it shows as soon as they open their mouth, like I used to know somebody who like, physically they were just like looking, but like, they opened their mouth and like the entire top of their front row of their teeth were just decayed away. And like he swears up and down it was because, his parents never made him take care of his teeth, whatever the reason is, but it's gross. Your mouth is like, it's like your face. It's like one of the first things people see. You open your mouth. If you have bad breath, they're smelling that. If you have food stuck in your teeth and it's
Oh
built up in
man.
there long enough with the germs, we're smelling that. So
Oh yeah.
I between me and you, like the dentist and I have been so good for the last like 20 years. I've had the same dentist, and he used to really like harp on me. I wish I could say you had perfect teeth, but you don't floss, so I can't say they're perfect.
I
And
think
I'll tell
I
you,
feel I feel like most dentists. That's like the one. I feel like no one's perfect, right? And the reason why they're not perfect is because they don't floss every day
you
like the dentist suggests you do. Because that's what they say. They say you have to floss every day, and you cannot use the floss sticks. It's always they always tell me like you have to use the string and you have to do the thing and like they don't like the floss sticks for some reason.
Jesse, because I'm gonna be really straight up with you. You only get one set of teeth, and like that's it. You get one set of teeth, you get one set of arms, and one set of legs. Like you get one legitimate set of everything, and that's great. You don't take care of your teeth, you get cavities, and that's I can pull your tooth out and replace that tooth, but there's no amount of fake anything that goes in your mouth that is going to replace that satisfaction of the nerve endings on your teeth making contact with that food, that crunch of the apple, the juiciness touching your lips and your tongue. Like there's no amount
Right.
of fake whatever you can put in your body that's going to recreate the satisfaction of those things. Your mouth is so important. It is super important. And really, if you just took the 35 seconds to just floss every single one of those teeth, not only are you going to taste the difference in your mouth right away, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
taste the difference when you're biting. I'm sorry, you're going to feel the difference when you're biting into food. Like suddenly you're going to feel like, wow, I have more space in my mouth.
Yeah. There is a
The
freshness that comes with flossing that because I mean I'll floss. I floss every now and then, right?
I
Like
love
I don't floss.
flossing.
I'll say I don't floss every day. I don't. I really don't. But I do floss maybe once every 2 weeks or so. Like I'll
No,
get.
not good enough, Jesse. Not good
I
enough. We're getting
know. I
older,
know. My
buddy.
my
We're
dentist
getting
would hate
older.
me, but I have to say this. Danjo Draws in our chat says, "Can we talk about bad smelling genitalia?" Dan, my friend, earlier before like around the beginning of the show, one of the facts that we read on the history website for hygiene was Lysol was used as a disinfectant for your genitalia, and it was also used as birth control. So there you have it. We mentioned that
funny.
already, and it blows my mind that's Lysol. You think of Lysol, you think of like the
Disinfectant spray.
the hand script, the Sanskrit or not Sanskrit, but the cursive writing, and it's blue and it's like pretty and it smells good. It's like that. Yeah, they use that for your ball sack essentially, or your your canyon down there if you want to call it that. That's just weird.
I mean, it's funny though. It's really funny because just to see how like these other things have evolved, from where they were in the beginning to where they are now, like they were using Lysol spray as birth control and like we have spermicide now. I think it was really funny the one that we had mentioned earlier
Hmm.
about the cesspits because
Yeah,
in
that
in
freaks
Game
me
of
out.
Thrones, like that was actually like a really big deal for a while. They were using uh, the queen mother, the queen at the time, um,
Uh-huh.
was housing like over just housing barrels upon barrels upon barrels of poop. And
Ew.
they said like the longer the poop sat there, and it would ferment, it would almost take on like gas like features. So their purpose of saving all this poop was to use it as a defense mechanism for when these other houses try to invade their kingdom to like overtake them. So I think it's really funny that the cesspool that the cesspit that mentioned here, how it gets mentioned in the show and how literally just barrels of shit
Oh my
killed
god.
off an entire population of people. So
Jesus.
the evolution is hilarious. It's blows my mind. So I've always really appreciated that about those like time period specific shows. Like it
Uh-huh.
really gives you that insight on excuse me, like how people used to have to live, you know but to,
Hmm.
to answer the first question, yes, I do believe I have very good hygiene. I take very good care of myself and I will continue to take very good care of myself.
No, that's good. I mean, I'll tell you when after the I'll tell you after the break because we have to take a break soon. But I will mention and detail out some situations where I've met someone who does not have good hygiene, and I'm sure you have stories too. So
Oh
when
my
we get
god.
back, we'll tell some stories about people that we may have met or encountered that they don't have good hygiene, and you could
Mhm.
tell. So anyway, you're listening to IceT and the Hippogriff. And we're clear, and I have to pee really bad, and then we can start up as soon as I'm done peeing, and I'll grab like a drink real quick.
I'll be right back
And
with you, sir. Good luck.
what I do? This is a fun episode. I'm enjoying this episode a lot. I feel like I have bad. What, Dored? Why do you feel like you have bad hygiene? Here, type it out, and I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom, but I want to read why. Oh, forgot my drink. Ah. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back to Jesse Harrington. He's back on the scene. I don't brush my teeth often, and I shower a lot less than I should. That's why I feel like, yeah, I mean, I brush my teeth twice a day. So I brush in the morning and then at night. And then I shower at least once a day. I like I said earlier, I shower at night before I go to sleep. That way, I have more time in the morning to get ready for work and not have to worry about rushing. So I'm usually, I don't sweat at night too much, or really at all lately, which is good. In fact, I tend to sweat more in the winter because the AC isn't running as much.
That's
like
ironic.
The air conditioning. Yeah, it's weird. You think you'd sweat more in the summer, but it's actually the opposite because the AC, when the summer, it's hot out, so the AC runs and it stays cool in the house. But like in the wintertime when it's cold outside, but it's not really cold enough to open the windows, that's when I start to sweat a little bit because the house gets warm on the inside, but it doesn't want to run the AC because it's not hot enough on the outside, if that makes sense.
I understand.
So
I feel you on that. So
I used to
really
have a
quick,
habit. What up?
Really quick, hold on a second. I want to address this one really quick. Yes, Khaleesi. I want to say this was season 6, episode like 9, 8 or 9, when they were holding the trials in the Sept, in the House of the Sept. They did the thing with Loras Tyrell. He's like, I did it. I'm sorry. I give up everything. And then Marjorie was like, Cersei knows the consequences of her not coming, yet she's still not here. And, she sent that little peasant boy to stab her cousin in the kidneys or whatever. And when her cousin figured out that there was something going on at the end of the hall, he tugged his way over there and he realized what was about to happen and he couldn't blow out the candle in time. That was all the poop. That was from all that poop they mentioned in season 1 when Tyrion was like, hey, listen, is this true? And the Maester was like, it's totally true. This is more than just poop. It's a weapon. I love that
So
show.
They use poop as biological warfare.
They did. This lady was fucking evil. Like, if you want to like define like just the shittiness and the shitty things that have happened in history, like literally, you can identify it, some of the qualities and the traits in that show. Like, this lady had absolutely no claim to the throne, but did everything in her power to like make sure she stayed there. And then when the tables finally turned on her and somebody abused her back, gave her a real taste of her own medicine, she just blew them up using poop.
Sorry, this is funny.
I'm just
blew them up using poop.
Just throwing that out there. I'm all about that, But the Red Spy, the World Health Organization recommends that you should brush your teeth at least once a day, but they're recommending right after breakfast and right before you go to bed. And it just makes sense because when your mouth is open, your mouth is still intaking all those germs that are outside of your mouth. When your mouth is closed and it's moist in there, your mouth is producing germs. So, by helping yourself combat the amount of germ buildup in your mouth, it probably will help your breath a little bit. I'm not saying you have bad breath, but I'm just saying overall, like, dental hygiene, is probably like the most important hygiene.
Oh my gosh, you can't ask me that question. Would I rather? And Arcanine Inn, we're gonna answer that question next in the next segment for the second half of the show for sure. She mentioned routines, and I think we should talk about like our routines for like maybe going to bed or waking up and going to bed. We'll do that when we start. And then Red asks, would I rather eat a bucket of poop and walk a free man, or go to prison for the rest of my life? Jesus.
Damn.
Oh man. A bucket, like a Home Depot bucket, like the one that Victoria pooped in?
Oh, please don't. That's a lot. Like, you're gonna die from sepsis.
Yeah, I think I would die.
Shock.
Like if that's hard. I don't know. Like if it was an amount of poop that I would not die from, maybe, because I don't want to go to jail for the rest of my life. That's horrible. But then again, it's like you're eating poop. Would I be able to cook the poop? That's the real question. I can't believe I'm asking that.
I mean, look, if you gotta ask, we're somewhere. We're somewhere in all of it.
Can I add seasoning to the poop?
Can I share with a friend?
I don't know. Would it, like, if you add like garlic seasoning or something to make it the flavor better? I don't know what the flavor is, but I would imagine if it smells bad. Okay, if something smells bad, or if you don't like the smell of something, 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna like the taste of it either, right? Like that's just how it kind of works. Usually.
I don't want to taste my poop. How about
No,
that?
but I'm saying like even food. Like if there's a food that you smell and you don't like the smell of that food, usually you don't like the taste of it either. You know, like
Absolutely.
that's usually like they almost go hand in hand. Anyway, let's get back into it before we lose top. I don't want to forget. So we have to talk about
routines,
the routines, and also
bad habits.
No, before we went to the break, we were going to talk about
our bad experiences.
Bad experiences. That's what it was. Yeah, and then that'll be a good way to tie everything in together.
Let's go, friend.
Let me save this to make sure I don't forget to save it, because that would be really bad.
I'm drinking an IPA, by the way.
Oh, I had one earlier. I had a double IPA earlier.
Oh, I've got a good place for you when we're done. Well, I'm going to tell you about this place I found out about recently.
All right, here we go. Going hot in 3, 2, 1. All right, so bad experiences. We got some questions from the Twitch chat, which is twitch.tv/IceT Kirby, which will soon be YouTube. So just keep that in mind. But yes, we have some interesting things to talk about for the second half before we wrap it up and everything. But I think we should start with the questions in the chat, and then we'll get into the experiences. That way we can tell our stories at the end and end on I guess a high or a low note. I guess it depends on how you how your experience went. But okay, so some of the questions in the chat, right? Where was it? Let's see here. Not Dered. Oh, Arcanine Ann. She asked, do you have a specific I can't speak routine? And so I think that would be an interesting thing to share. Victor, I'll let you start. Let's do like a usually what? It's like a morning routine and then your evening routine, right? Like usually that's what people have.
Right. Well, my morning routine is pretty straightforward. I get up, I brush my teeth, or I get up, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, wash my hands, things like that. As far as like applying, I apply moisturizer to my skin in the morning if I'm going out. I don't really put makeup on, so I don't worry about my face. And I go out and I do my own thing. I wash my hands throughout the day. The one thing I definitely have to make sure is that I've at least brushed my teeth before I left the house. Brushing my teeth is a really big deal. I don't wash my hair every day. I wash my hair like once or twice a week, because how you mentioned earlier, it's not good for your hair. It's not good for the hair at all. So my routine in the morning, almost non-existent. It's pretty, because everybody does the same thing. They brush their teeth, wash their hands, go to the bathroom, get themselves done for the day. And I take a shower, of course, if but at nighttime, the day's over. I've probably already worked out. I have sweat. I have worked, period. Oil, my hair looks like crap. So I take a shower, and when I take my shower at nighttime, that's when like all the magic happens. I moisturize myself from head to toe. I do Brazilian waxes, so it is like really important that every single day I apply the serum to where the wax happens. It keeps my skin nice and smooth. It takes the irritation down. And I'm going to tell you, from September of last year through a couple weeks ago when I got my last one, there's absolutely no pain. no more pain, just because I've been on top of using the serum to, help my skin. That's the only time that
Okay.
something like that ever touches my skin. So it's important to be on top of it.
Right, right, right,
I
right.
shave my legs like once or twice a week, depending on what's going on. But if I'm being really lazy about it, I'll shave them like once every 2 weeks.
Well, you have
And
No
like,
Shade November, right? It gets cold, and then you just kind of wear the long pants and you
absolutely.
let it grow out a little bit, so you don't have to micromanage it, right? Is that
And
how it works?
absolutely. 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 And no, there's some girls who do that. I do that. I've participated in several No Shave Novembers. I shave my underarms pretty religiously though, because like I do wear a lot of tank tops, or if I'm walking around in a sports bra, you don't want to like people admire my figure in the gym because it is so shapely, but they don't need me looking like a dude, a full-on dude in the gym. So there's that. Like I said, I brush and floss at least twice a day, more if I absolutely need to. Um, Aside from what else is my routine? I moisturize at nighttime, I brush, I floss, I wash my hair, which is like at least a 25-minute process because there's so much hair. I
Right.
wash it, I put shampoo in it, I rinse it out, I put the conditioner, and depending on if I'm going to wash the conditioner out, really depends on dictates how much longer I'm going to be in the shower. So, a
Hmm.
shower could be anywhere from like 15 minutes or 45 minutes. It really just depends on what it is I'm looking to accomplish by the end of that shower.
I feel like I'd be a bad girl, female, woman, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say.
I
I feel
think
like
it
I'd be bad
just
at it.
it's a lot of practice, and I think it just depends on the type of woman you want to be, because, like from where women were in like the 60s and the 50s, again, more like of these time period based shows I was watching, where this lady was just like facial every single night, put her hair up in curlers, put her hair up in like a nightcap, uh nails are always done, skin is flawless, and that just I'm not saying you're not a real woman if that's not something you're doing. It's just how much time you're going to invest in yourself to do it, you know
Right.
I used to get
Because
my nails done every 2 weeks. Like my nails used to look super flawless, but now they're just square shaped because I'm not going to the salon to get them done. But they're still very healthy. My cuticles are maintained. I wash my hands, I moisturize them with lotion. I use my cuticle clipper. I do like a weekly facial. I give myself a facial once a week to, keep my skin nice and smooth. I take vitamins, multivitamins. So, that's good for collagen, which is like a really big deal for women and just for people in general. Collagen is what,
right.
keeps everything together, is what keeps it looking lively and plump.
Hmm.
So, I try to just be on top of it as I can.
Yeah. I just feel bad because I feel like I'm gonna go through my routine and it's gonna be literally a quarter of the length of what you just said. Like, and not because it's wrong or right or whatever. It's just is what it is. And so here I'll make it longer just by being more detailed. Right.
Oh my god.
I wake up. I'll wake up at like I wake up at 5:38. Like I have my alarm literally set to 5:38. I get up. Like I said, I shower at night. So the night before I had showered, so I just put on new clothes right away. I don't wear the same underwear or boxers or whatever that I slept in to work. Like that already to me is like, that's kind of gross, or that's not,
Well, I want to share that with you. I don't mean to cut you off, but I did read about a study in 2011 that said the study was they had a person wear the same pair of jeans for 1 week, and then they had that same person wear the same pair of jeans for 6 months, every day for 6 months. And at the end of the study, they concluded that the amount of germs and bacteria in the jeans after a week were the same as to what they found after 6 months. So, you can rewear some things. It's obviously, within reason.
yeah, no, like I said, if it's a pair of like jeans or shorts that are like Chico shorts or whatever that are not like gym shorts, I'll rewear that sometimes. Like if I didn't wear it much one day, and it's like I almost think to myself like before I throw it in the hamper, I go, well, are they that dirty? Like are they, did I really sweat in them or did I really whatever?
I do
And
that
then I'll
sometimes.
make a decision. I'll say I'll either refold them or I'll throw them in the hamper. Like
Yes.
it's like a thing that I think it's like a split second decision, but I just kind of I do a little ratio in my head, like how long did I I only wore them for like the first half of the day. Okay, I can refold those and probably wear them again.
Can anybody in the
Anyway.
chat have we done that before? Can anybody in the chat say they've done that? Like I know I have.
Oh,
Like
I'm
sometimes
sure. I would put money down. Yeah.
I smell my
So-
sports bra sometimes. I'm like, I think I can get away with this one more time. Let's go.
Okay, so I wake up at 5:38, right? I throw on whatever I'm gonna wear to work, or no, that's a lie. I throw on the bottom part, so I wear maybe some shorts, not shorts, some jeans or some pants for work. I take my shirt into the bathroom with me. I go in the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I do some beard butter for the beard to make sure it's moisturized or whatever. I throw on the deodorant. I throw on. I do my nasal spray. I told you I'm going to be detailed. I do my nasal spray because yes, I have allergies, and that helps me with my allergies. And I wash my face to wake up a little bit. Like I rinse off my face to wake up a little bit. And then I do the old cologne, and then I put the shirt on and spray it a couple times. It's funny, like when it comes to, and I'm gonna pause my routine real quick to say this, but like when it comes to like fingernails or whatever, like those kind of things, that's like stuff that I do on my off time. So like chances are like my nails will never be long going to work, because it's like when I get home from work or while I'm hanging out over the weekend, that's when I'm like looking at my fingers like, okay, are my nails gross? Do I not look manly because my nails are too long? Or, am I going to like hurt anybody on accident because they're like talons or something? Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's when I look at my nails and trim my nails, or like my toes. If my toes, I'm wearing sandals, I'm like, I don't want my toenails to be long while I'm wearing sandals. That's gross. That kind of stuff. And it's, I've actually been specifically more on top of my fingernails because one of my best friends, who I will not mention the name of, but he'll give me a wet willy sometimes.
Ew.
We're talking we're talking middle school. Like we're looking the finger and just twisting it into your ear,
Shoving it as deep as he can go.
And I love him. I love him to death. And I'm not doing this to offend him, but sometimes he'll do it to me, and his nails will be kind of long. So when he gives me the wet willy, it like scratches me, and I'm like, dude, like, ow. It's like, it's not like ew, it's more like ow. I'm like, so yeah, so like because he does that to me, I look at my nails and I'm like, I gotta make sure they're tame. Anyway, then I'll go to work and do all my work stuff, whatever. And then when I come home, the first thing I do is take off my backpack from work, go into the shower, and get all that sweat off me, get all the kids' grossness off me. I love my kids, but they're gross. And and shed all that off. I make sure I wash my hair. One thing I don't do, which I don't know if this is considered hygiene or not, I do wash my hair every time. And I mean, there's not much hair to begin with, but I do wash my hair every time, but I don't condition my hair every time. So, like, in terms of hygiene, I don't think that's a hygiene thing, because it's not like my hair is getting gross because I'm washing it. But I guess I'm not giving I don't want to say the essentials, but I'm not giving my hair the vitamins maybe that it could use. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a hygiene thing or not, but
I mean, that's something that your body produces. Like your body produces these oils naturally, and then your body just releases these oils into your hair. So, when you're shampooing your hair, you're essentially removing those oils from your hair. And by conditioning, you're not necessarily putting anything back. It's more of just like it's almost like a moisturizer for your hair. It's dry, now we're moisturizing it. So there's really nothing wrong with skipping the conditioner, every now and again, as long as you're using it, here and there within reason, there's no problem. That's not a hygiene thing.
yeah.
So far, I think we have explained like the best hygiene out there. We should be models for good hygiene.
Just,
if there's a
see for me
campaign for this.
It's funny, like Arcanine, I just want to acknowledge her comment. She says, going back to school. I know, trust me. I've been at work. This is the first week of school, so I've been at school already. Fortunately, the kids are not back yet. They come back next week on Friday, but it's already let's just say the school system is spiraling the drain. I will just say that. But anyway, yeah, like I don't have much hair to begin with right now. Like my hair is pretty much shaved or really short. So it's like, do you condition that? You know, like it's not like long where it would get like super dry. It's so short to I feel almost to a point where it feels like it can't get. I don't want to say damaged, but it can't get ruined just because I'm not using conditioner on my short hair. Like if my hair were longer, I feel like that's when conditioner matters more because there's volume, there's length for the hair to actually get bad. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm saying.
I get you on that. You know, at the end of the day, you know, your body produces absolutely everything that you put into it on its own. So there's nothing like within reason. Like there's nothing wrong with not using it. There's nothing wrong with neglecting it. You know, but don't just disregard it. You know, use it within reason. You know, your hair is pretty short, so you're absolutely right. It is very healthy. It is very strong. Just keep in mind as it grows out and it gets farther away from the follicle, it's not going to be as strong anymore. You
Right.
know, everything has a life cycle to it. So by you putting the conditioner in your hair and by you taking care of it like that, you know, that's just going to either it's going to just expand the longevity of the hair. It's going to keep it stronger, longer. You'll have it longer. So again, that's really up to you. You know, you could just be bald. I know a lot of people who have just gone bald.
Hey, I was close to doing that this past haircut. I'm just saying.
I noticed.
Um, yeah,
I
I
noticed.
ended up getting just a one and then fade to nothing. But I'm still tempted to try to just
I
buzz
mean,
it
look,
down.
it's gonna
See what
go
it will.
back. It's hair. It will grow back.
Yeah,
It's not permanent. Not like losing your teeth because you didn't take care of your teeth.
right. And I hope I don't lose teeth anytime soon. That's for sure. One thing I do want to acknowledge here is, what was the other thing we had to talk about? We talked about our routines. We were supposed to
Would you rather?
eat a bucket of poop. No, that wasn't it. Well, regardless. Oh no, we were talking about uh 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 uh
Some bad experiences we've had with dental hygiene.
yes.
Hygiene.
Yes, we have to talk about that. We have to. Do you have any stories off the top of your head?
Well,
I have. No, what were you gonna say?
Well, aside from the kid that I used to work with, like between me and you, I feel like that was just the most disturbing. It was just the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I've never had a cavity like ever. Like I've never been to
Mhm.
the dentist and the dentist has ever reported bad news about my mouth. You know? So really that for me was like the grossest, I can't believe it experience I ever had. But, you know, I was working with this one guy, at my most recent job, and, you know, you look at him, you know, and he's covered in piercings, he's covered in tattoos, it it's ridiculous. You know, you look at that and you're just like, "Okay, well, this guy's got, like, some wild sides to him." But, like, oh
Mhm.
my god, like, this guy just opened his mouth and it was just disgusting. Like he didn't really like take he doesn't take care of himself very well. So it's like he just opens his mouth and you either smell bad breath or you were smelling the alcohol from the night
Oh
before. You
man.
know, you could see him. It was really funny because like he took such impeccable care of his nails. Like he got them done. They were filed. They had a nice coat of clear nail polish on. These mother truckers were long. You know, when he's picking his nose with them, he's putting his fingers all up in his gauges and like pulling him out and smelling his gauges and
Mm.
eating and burping and just it was disgusting. Like, where have your hands been? When was the last time you were picking your nose? You know, it's it was filthy. It's like not even in band where I feel like sometimes the temperature was nice outside and people would use that as
Right.
an excuse to skip deodorant. And like I
Uh-huh.
had that encounter with a few people at UCF. Like that does not even compare to those two interactions I've had. Like, bleh,
I can't
bleh.
I can't really think of like specific scenarios where I had like a bad hygiene encounter, but there's like stuff that I've encountered the same thing multiple times. My least favorite one that I've encountered, this has happened to me a couple times, right? Is like going on a date with a girl, right?
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say any names, obviously, because you know that's not cool. But
It's not me.
there no, there's there's been people that I've been on dates with where I've, it got to the point where you like, oh, you give them a kiss goodnight or whatever, and but like you can tell, like, I'm sure you've met someone like this where you can tell that the teeth are not brushed very often.
Gross.
I don't know
You
if
can
you've
smell
ever,
that.
but like when you kiss somebody with that, and like I've like to a point where you see their teeth, and you can almost see like the plaque buildup. You ever meet someone like that? Maybe in high school or something.
Absolutely.
And like I've been to a point where I've kissed somebody who had that kind of like that plaque buildup almost, or calcium deposits or whatever you want to call it. And like you can just immediately kind of taste it. Like, I hate that sounds gross, but you can almost taste the plaque, I want to say.
If I can taste what's in your mouth before I've even kissed you, you need to just stop
No,
right there and walk away.
I'm saying like you can taste it when you kiss them. Like as the kiss is
That's
happening.
disgusting.
Like,
That's disgusting.
or I've and like it's almost like a, how do I describe this? It's almost like a crusty taste. Like it's like a crusty like there's like a powdered something.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You can taste that layer,
I've
filament.
been there. I don't know if you've ever kissed someone like that had that, but I have. And man, it's like, and it's happened multiple times. Like I'm not going to say names. I can't think of names off the top of my head, but it's like, ugh, like it's like I've had that. And it makes me wonder, like, do you taste it? Like, or are you like desensitized because you're used to having that texture in there, or not? No, I'm not trying to be like cruel.
Are
I'm
you
just saying,
used
like,
to having your mouth taste like garbage?
and I've had that, and it's very like, again, it's like the person, nice people,
Nice people.
but it's like it's been to a point where I'm like, yeah, like I don't know how to react. I don't know, like, I've just been there. I've just been there.
You say something very nice. So, long story short, this was
Okay.
not because of bad hygiene, but long story short, I like this guy, and I had just finished eating, and I thought I had done what I thought was a good job of cleaning my teeth out, and
Oh man.
we kissed.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and
Did he have something in his mouth that was in your mouth?
Excuse me?
Did something swap between your mouth and his mouth? Is that what you're about to tell me?
So pretty much
Oh,
we
man.
talked about it on the phone, and he was like, I really like you. And I was like, I really like you too. He's like, you're a really great girl, Victoria, and I really like you. It's just, when we were kissing earlier, there was a piece of potato in between your teeth, and it came out.
My God.
It came out and fed me while we were kissing.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm flattered, but I wasn't hungry. So
you know what? I have no right to wince at that, because now I have a story that I can share that I'm afraid to share on a podcast that's going to be broadcast to possibly hundreds of people one day.
I mean, look, it at the moment, it was probably the most embarrassing moment of my life at the time. And that is essentially what inspired or motivated me to go from brushing my teeth once or twice a day. And, for a very long time, I was brushing them like 4 or 5 times a day. I was flossing religiously because I was so embarrassed. Like, you're absolutely right. Like, what if I do kiss this person again?
No, I've definitely been in the position where, like, if I went to like a wing place and I had wings, and then I can feel like there's some chicken up in there, and I can't get it out with my tongue. You pick at it with your tongue, and you can't get it. So it's like, yeah, I'll go home and I'll brush it out. Like that's definitely a thing, or I'll floss it out. One thing I do want to answer real quick in the chat, sorry, is Arcanine Ann asks, or she said, I went on a date with a guy and he tried to kiss me with his terrible breath, and he smoked cigarettes. Have you ever kissed anyone, Victoria, who smoked cigarettes?
Okay, so that was a one-time deal, and it was fucking disgusting. Like, you don't taste anything but cigarettes.
what I tasted to me, and I can be, everyone's different. I'm sure everyone has different tastes, or maybe not. I don't know. Whenever I've kissed maybe a couple people who have smoked before, and whether it was I knew they smoked before or I didn't, I just knew it was cigarettes. Like you could tell,
Of course.
and I knew because it had like this, almost like this metallic-y taste to it.
Minty
It was like
menthol.
Yeah, it was like this metallic-y kind of like very sharp taste, but it wasn't good sharp. It was like you could tell, like, oh, there's that metal, there's that rusty taste of a cigarette in someone's tongue. You know, like, like it was definitely a thing, and I'm not a fan. No, it's not pleasant.
It's
that's
disgusting.
For sure.
It's disgusting. You know, you're more than entitled to do what you like with all that business, but I don't like the way cigarettes smell. I don't like how they taste. I don't want that taste in my mouth. You know, it's almost like, you know how they say secondhand smoke is worse than, you know, the actual smoke? It's almost to say like what you're getting in your mouth from all of that is even worse.
Right.
You know, like you're getting their tar, their plaque, just that gunk build up from their mouth into your mouth. It's disgusting.
I'm not a fan.
My mouth is clean. My mouth is clean.
Yeah. So you know, I wasn't a fan of that. So, man, there was something I wanted to say before the Twitch comment. What I was gonna say. I'm having a brain
Jesse,
fart now.
You dissect that fart. Let me know how it smells. While Jesse is soaking in that fart, you know, just a couple tips and tricks for you guys. As far as dental hygiene goes.
Yeah, I'm down.
You know, it's one of my favorite things to do throughout the day. So, you know, typically you should be spending at least 2 minutes brushing your teeth for the fluoride in the toothpaste to make its way into your teeth. So, you know, if you're just somebody that really has no idea, you know, I turn on a song. I've been using the same song since high school, and I love it. Since You've Been Gone by Day to Remember. And I listen to it pretty much every time I brush my teeth.
Sorry.
It helps me count the 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes if I'm feeling a little clingy that day to being clean. You know, and it's really important that you take care of your teeth, and that it's like your car, you know, it shows dirt. You have to wash it. So things like wine and coffee that do stain your teeth, you know, it's really advisable that when you're done drinking them, just rinse your mouth out. You don't have to floss, you don't have to brush, just rinse it out. That water will take those excess stains out of your mouth, and it's going to help, you know, the cleaning process later, since it hasn't been sitting there very long. Things like apples, those aren't really good for you to be eating after 8 o'clock because of the acidity in the apples. It breaks the enamel in your teeth down. So just little tips and tricks, you know. My favorite commercial right now with DJ Khaled, you know, unfortunately,
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
I love him.
Another one.
Another one. Tiny circles, Kevin.
And the guy's like doing a circle with his toothbrush, right? Is that the one you're
Yes.
Yeah, it's
unfortunately.
It's a good one.
Unfortunately, the circular motion is actually not the right motion you should be brushing your teeth with, since essentially you're brushing it around instead of down and out for, you know, the dirt to come off. So, you know, yes, it is absolutely recommended when you're brushing your top teeth, start from the bottom and brush down. And when you're brushing the bottom row, start from the bottom and brush up.
No way. Is that true?
Yeah, I actually did just do my 6-month cleaning with the dentist. I did it a few weeks ago, and that was the first thing he said to me. Hey, are you still using a manual toothbrush? And I said, yes, I'm actually still using manual. You know, when I go to him, we have conversations, this versus this, you know, and he told me that, like, the same thing with the apples, the wine, and the coffee. Like, he'll go to a dentist convention and he'll come back and just shower me with all the information he learned, because I really am a proprietor of taking care of these teeth. So yes, the approved motion by the American Dental Association is top to bottom on the top row, bottom to the top on your bottom row.
Huh. Okay. I that's news to me. I mean, that's good, I guess, to know.
Chock full of that knowledge for you.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to be using that knowledge from now on. Huh.
I like to be clean. Clean.
No, that's good to know. I was gonna read a few things. Hold on, let me see if I can find my article here. I saw an article on the types of hygiene, but I feel like this is pretty straightforward. There's and I'll just list them real quick. We've talked about We talked about most of these. The only thing I don't think we've talked about is sickness hygiene. But I mean, there's the different types of hygiene. There's toilet hygiene. Okay, that's like obviously using the bathroom. Shower hygiene, when you take a shower. We talked about that. Nail hygiene. Okay, clipping your nails. Teeth hygiene, brushing your teeth, obviously. Hands hygiene, washing your hands and handling garbage or animals or whatever. And then there's sickness hygiene, which is like the spreading of germs. And even then, we kind of talked about that already regarding like COVID and like, you know, when you sneeze, you should, you know, we didn't talk about that actually, but, you know, the whole elbow thing instead of using your hands.
You should sneeze in your sleeve.
Yeah, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, it's whatever. That's stuff
I
you
mean,
can kind of look up online and.
if it were really whatever, I feel like we wouldn't be dealing with COVID as seriously as we're dealing with it. I can't tell you how many times I've walked into a bathroom and like a public facility of all places and just like
Uh-huh.
witnessed women going in and out and not washing their hands. Like I remember my boss at the airport, we were on day 2 of COVID, like actually being serious. And he's like, Victoria, I have never seen so many men washing their hands in my
Victoria.
life. So, unfortunately, like, yeah, absolutely. For people in a first world society, you would think that this is just back of your hand, like how you know your telephone number. But, it's just little things like that. There's people who don't sneeze in their sleeve. Like, there's people who aren't aware that by sneezing in your sleeve and you're putting those germs in the fibers of your clothes, you trap those germs. You are literally stopping the spread of germs by sneezing into your own clothes. Some people
Right,
don't know
right,
that.
right.
They don't see it that way. I'm going to sneeze in my hand, where on the surface it touches everything. So I'm saving myself. You're hurting yourself and you're hurting other people. You
Right.
know, the
Yeah, you
same,
know.
brush your teeth.
With
Nobody wants to smell
COVID,
your bad breath. Like,
with COVID, I'm definitely on top of that train. When it comes to sneezing, I mean, I've been a proponent of a chew into the elbow or a chew into the sleeve, or even sometimes I'll sneeze. I'll take the collar of my shirt and I'll cover my mouth and sneeze into my shirt, kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
That way, it doesn't spread out into the air, and instead it goes in my shirt. So that's something I've definitely done in the past to help help everyone else out. Now we have masks, which for this is good, and we can hopefully get better from that. But I mean, it is what it is. I learned a lot definitely about hygiene regarding you. That's for sure. I mean, that was fun. But for now, I think it's time to roll out. Are you good, or do you have anything else you want to share before we head out, or?
Keep it clean, boys and girls. Keep it clean, and everyone will be proud of you.
As Victoria says, keep it clean. Make sure you, keep it clean and wash your hands. Sneeze in your shirts or in your fibers that you're wearing. Wash that hair. Brush those teeth twice a day. Floss whenever you can, as much as possible.
File your nails.
Don't file your nails. Clip your nails. Whatever you have to do. Take care of your body. Hygiene's important. If you want to impress a date, if you want a girl to come back, or if you want a guy to come back, don't have plaque everywhere on your teeth. You don't want to taste that powder in your mouth. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It was like you can almost taste like the bits of whatever. Yes, yeah.
I'm about to go brush my
Anyway.
teeth again. Like,
But anyway, let me get through here. Thank you, all of you who are listening tonight, for coming and listening and hanging out. It was really fun. This was a good topic. I enjoyed this topic a lot. Hygiene. You never know when it's going to be a fun topic until you do it. So, of course, be sure to come and listen to us live on the air every Thursday night at 7 p.m. And it will probably, most likely, almost like 99% be on YouTube starting next week. So don't try to listen to us on IceT on twitch.tv/IceTKirby. Instead, Google or YouTube, search on YouTube, IceT and the Hippogriff. That is 2 P's and 2 F's, okay, for Hippogriff. And you will find us on there live. And I will be sure to spread the link out. Victoria will be sure to spread the link out on all of the social media pages that we have. That way you know where to go when the time is right. Also, be sure to tune in every Tuesday, every following Tuesday, to listen to the show on on the podcast website, anchor.fm/IceT and the Hippogriff. And of course, you can find our podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play or Google Podcasts, blah, 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 and all that fun stuff. Victoria, where can they find you?
Hey guys, so you've all been super supportive of my most recent photo shoot that I did, and I really appreciate all of the positivity and kind words that you've been giving me. And just keep a lookout because I'm going to be posting some more pictures. I haven't even posted all of them yet. But for those of you who haven't seen it, for those of you that would really like to see it, you will find my Harry Potter themed photo shoot and all of my themed photos on my Instagram at Do the Hippogriff. That is 2 P's and 2 F's. You will find some of my work on Facebook, Victoria Sorrentino, or if you want to find me on Twitter and we can just, tweet, you'll find me at Be a Hippogriff. And as always, a clean mouth is a happy mouth.
Is that the quote of the day, or are you just...
That is the quote of the day.
Cool, that was a good one. Of course, before we head out, you can always find me at IceT Kirby on pretty much all of the social media platforms. That is Instagram, that is Twitter, that is YouTube, that is Facebook, that is JDate. No, not JDate. That was a joke. That was I swear. But you can find me at IceT Kirby. Yeah, we will see you all next time on IceT and the Hippogriff. Peace out. Clear.
Be clear.
You realize the recording doesn't show your hands because it's audio, right?
What happened?
We're still live on Twitch. We're just
I know.
I was like, wait. That's like your thing. You cover the camera. That's like your thing. At the end of every episode.
Yeah.
I realized.
Because to myself, I'm thinking this is where you're gonna cut it. So I'm like, okay, cool. This could be like a poof, cut it right there. But you know what? I'm just doing my thing.
No, it's a good thing. It works.
Thank you. Thank you.
like
You
it.
see, my arms look really good. So it's nice to just put that out there.
I don't even know if I have. Let's see if I have any arms to show off here. Wait, I don't even know. You can't see me until I'm on the stream, right? Let me put myself on here. Here, I'll put myself on
the Zoom call.
On the Zoom call for once. Can I? Am I allowed to? No, I can't. I'm not allowed to. All right. So, well, I guess you'll have to look at. Oh wait, maybe I can turn myself off here. Hold on.
So hold on a second. It's catching up to me now.
Wait. No. No. I'll do the full screen me. Okay, here we go. I gotta restart the camera now though. Oops. What did you just do? Do the what's the position you just did? What's the I'm frozen. I know I'm frozen. Okay. There we go. I'm putting my arms over my head. There we go. You can't? Oh. How about now? All right, I'll do it again. I'll put my arms up in the air. I'll throw the football. Just kidding. All right, I give up. I give up. All right, I give up. All right. I guess that's it. I'm gonna head out. I actually, I'm gonna go and. Oh, now you see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, 5 xylophones. That's what it is. Yeah, yeah. There's. Yeah. All right, I'm outie. I'm gonna head out, and I'm tired, so. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, we just gotta spam. We gotta spam this time for YouTube. We gotta spam it, and the link. I'm pretty sure if you just type in IceT and the Hippogriff on YouTube in one word, it should pop up. I would imagine it's gonna pop up if you do that. If not, then it's just we need to upload a video or something so we show up. But I'll post the link in Twitch now so you can steal it or something. Here's the link to the YouTube. No, that's my YouTube channel. That's like the original. I put it in the Twitch chat. Uh-huh. Oh, I will. I'll look it up. All right, I'm going to go and do stuff, so. Yeah, for sure. Peace out, Girl Scout. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. All right, guys. Peace out, guys. I'm going to head out as well and just kind of hang out and do stuff, so. Peace out. Thank you for listening. It was fun. Catch you later.